Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, East Bay Stamp Chick. This is Michelle. Thanks so much for visiting and spending time with me today. I'm doing something new and I'm hoping I will get to do this every month, but we'll see. It could be every other month, just depends how it goes, how much time I have. But I'm starting something new, and I recently made some cards that were 5x7. I never ever make 5x7 cards. I always make A2 size, which is your 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I loved making the 5x7 cards. I really enjoyed it. And so I thought, how fun would it be to do a monthly sketch and cutting guide to show how to make a dozen 5x7 cards. So I came up with this idea and I put together a PDF that will be available, and the link will be in the description box below on this video. So you can click it, you can download it, and then you will have a 2-page cutting guide that shows you how to make the cards. And I'm hoping every month I will have a different cutting guide and sketch for you. If not every month, it might be every other month, and it'll probably come out around the middle of the month, because at the beginning of the month I do have some design team responsibilities and I don't want to just pack in a whole bunch of things at the beginning. So I thought maybe around the middle of each month it could be fun to have. So let me show you. This is the handout, and my husband kind of came up with something fun that I added in here, and he called it Lovin a dozen. And so I put Lovin a dozen 5x7 cards as the name, and then the hashtag is Lovin a dozen cards. So this is September's sketch and guide, and let me raise this up a little bit. This is the card that I actually made, which I will show you. And here are all the items you would need to make exactly that card. This is the sketch, and it gives you, what each layer is with measurements, and you have some little extra info in the pink squares, like maybe ways to change it, make it your own. Then on the second page, it gives you your supply list, and then it will give you how to cut the actual cardstock pieces. Okay, not your card bases, but the cardstock, and your patterned paper, and some more tips. So let me show you what I made. This is my first dozen. Okay, look at that. 5x7 cards. These are Christmas cards. And the patterned paper is from Photo Play, and I believe it's called Luke 2. I don't believe they make it anymore, so I don't even know that you can buy it, but they do actually have one that is very similar to this, same color tones and a similar graphic design, and I don't know the name of it. I saw it on scrapbook.com, so you can get something very similar. Then the stamp, which says, "Oh Holy Night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth." That is from Sweet and Sassy Stamps. I stamped it in like a light blue ink, so I think it might be a little hard to see. Kind of, there you go. And I think you can hear my cat in the background. He's making noises. And then these cute little holly berries and ivy leaves, that is Sweet and Sassy Stamps also. So that's where that came from. I have a gold metallic layer here. That is just your gold metallic paper from Michael's Crafts. Then a chocolate brown layer here, cardstock, and then the paper. And so my cutting guide will show you how to make 12. Okay, and I think 5x7 cards are kind of fun for Christmas or birthdays. I mean, it could be for anything really, but sometimes a bigger card in those instances is really nice. And I don't think there's very many guides on how to make the 5x7 cards, cutting guides and sketches. So all the measurements will work for that. The gold base, the gold area here, that one is 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, and then the chocolate brown one is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And I just see a typo on my handout. I'm going to have to fix that before I send that out to you guys. And then your top square is a 4x4, and this one is 1 3/4 by 4, this little plaid. So you could make just one card, or you could cut your paper the way I show you, and you could make 12 cards. So only 2 pieces of patterned paper are needed. You do need your bases, which is probably going to, it's going to be 12 pieces of cardstock for that, because a cardstock base for 5x7 is a 10x7, so it's almost the whole sheet. There's 6 pieces to do the gold layer, and then layer 2, which is your chocolate brown, that's 4 pieces of cardstock. And then for the circle pieces, that is 2 pieces of, I use 2 pieces of burgundy and 2 pieces of the white. Now what's fun about this is you could change this up. You could use double-sided paper, so you can flip-flop and make different looking cards with different patterns. You could make this into a square instead of a circle, or some other shape that you like. I used a die to cut this out, but you don't have to. If you want to do everything on your paper trimmer, you could just make this a square, and then you don't need to worry about dies. So let me show you another variation. This is a fall card that I made, and the only thing I changed was the size of the circle. So I made it much larger because I was trying to accommodate this image right here. I didn't want to change, I already had this image printed out. That's a Digi stamp from Angie Blom Digital Designs, and so I had to make a bigger circle. So same exact layout, plus I added in the Hello Fall, but changed it just a little bit to make it different. So kind of fun that it's different. And then one other example, because I'm really enjoying making these cards, is this one right here. So I just made these last night. So it's the same sketch, but instead of doing a circle, I just put this giant poinsettia. So this is something that I stamped and die cut, and then I added in the little Merry Christmas banner. But otherwise, it is the same sketch. So everything else is the same size. So some of your options with this is you don't have to do the 2 layers here. If you only wanted to have one of those layers, you could do that, so you use less cardstock. You could just use your pattern paper and use no layers. It's your choice. You can have fun with this. You could also make this a landscape style and have your circle or item here with your sentiment going this way. So that's something different. You could move this to a different area. You could center it. There's lots of options with this, but I think it's just a fun way to get started on making a 5x7 card, is to have a sketch and a cutting guide. So I hope that you guys enjoy this and that it's something you will use and you give it a try. And if you do, I would love for you to tag me. If you're on Instagram or Facebook, East Bay Stamp Chick is my handle. Or also I have the hashtag Lovin a dozen cards. And so that hashtag is what I'll be watching as well, to see if anybody tags me and makes these cards. But this is totally free, so you can download this and give it a try and see what you think. And I hope you enjoy it. And leave me a comment if you can, and let me know, is this something fun? Would you like to make some? Is this something I should keep doing? Because I think I'll do it every month for a while, and we'll see how it goes, see how many people play, and we'll have some fun, hopefully. All right, so let me just put my cards. Look at this. I now have 24 Christmas cards, and these were simple. The more you make, the quicker you go with these. So if I make a whole nother batch, it's going to go even faster. I will do another video that will talk about the cutting and the assembly. So there will be like a how-to video coming up as well. All right, this is just the introduction. So thank you so much for joining me. If you like crafty inspiration, please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment, like the video. I want to hear feedback from all of you. And you can also find me on Instagram at East Bay Stamp Chick. All right, thanks so much for visiting with me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.